Hi, I'm Mahesh.
Hello everybody, I'm Ilya and this is my 2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio.
Today we'll take a detailed look at the car, find out Ilya's top 3 likes and dislikes, and discover if he would recommend you buy, consider, or skip this car. Let's go for a spin. After a 13-year gap, Alfa Romeo returned to the United States in 2008 with the 8C Coupe. They introduced the Giulia a few years later. The Quadrifoglio is the high-performance version of the Giulia. So Ilya, how did you end up with this car?
Well, when I was looking for a new car, this was the only one that put a big smile on my face. I think that's very important when looking for a new vehicle. But I wanted a car that had great performance, but also could bring more than 2 people along, because I use this car for work and for everyday use. I got out of a Maserati Ghibli SQ4, which was a beautiful car. It was a bit too flashy, and sometimes my clients even said jokingly that they pay me too much. So I needed something beautiful, classy, high performance, but a little bit less flashy. And
okay.
In comes Giulia.
Well, this is a great car, so let's take a detailed look at it. Powered by a Ferrari-derived V6 twin-turbo engine, the Quadrifoglio produces a blistering 505 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque, and can go from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. Cylinder deactivation turns off 3 of the 6 cylinders to deliver a combined 20 miles per gallon. To get the best of this engine, you have 4 drive modes: dynamic, natural, advanced efficiency, and the best of them all, race mode. And here's what 2 of them sound like. With compact proportions, this Giulia in Misano blue is a beautiful Italian car. To keep the weight down, the hood and roof are made from carbon fiber. The front has a carbon fiber active aero splitter with electric motors. An oversized diffuser with quad exhaust tips dominates the rear. A carbon fiber spoiler, cooling outlets, wings, and badging make up some of the other special touches. Inside, the cabin has a sporty feel. The seats are finished in Alcantara, which is great as long as you're not too OCD about leaving prints behind. The dashboard layout is pretty simple, with the highlight being the gauge cluster and the Alcantara wrap steering wheel, which has a cool red start-stop button and stylish paddles. There are carbon fiber touches throughout. The infotainment screen, on the other hand, is a letdown with a small size and no touchscreen. Having painted a green clover leaf on a white square on their racer, in 1923, Alfa Romeo was able to turn a string of second-place wins into their first international victory. Since then, Alfa has routinely used this lucky charm in racing and on their performance vehicles. Okay, Ilya, now on to your top 3 likes.
Right, too many things to mention. But the first thing that I like this car for is performance. The way it handles, not only that, but the variety of performance. It could go from a normal city car on 3 cylinders to absolutely amazing performance race car.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's got that's pretty rare to find that you can turn off 3 cylinders and get better mileage and then have a full performance option also. Okay, and second?
Second thing, I like the way this car looks on the outside, primarily. The diffusers look amazing, the quad exhaust, and just the styling that Alfa put out is really, really quite amazing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful car. And third?
And third, being sort of a part of Alfa community. Every time I see somebody on the road that has an Alfa, whether it's from the 70s or a current model, everybody high beams each other and waves. I like that.
Nice, nice. Okay, how about your top 3 dislikes?
Well, let's see. First would be the interior design. I think that it's a bit lackluster and they could have done a little bit better job with it. But remember, you're not buying this car for the interior looks.
Yeah, the interior does look a little dated. And second?
Second dislike would probably have to be manufacturer's tires. Every time you're in the race mode and you're trying to do a performance start right off the gate, the tires don't stick. I wish they put something different on it.
Yeah, well, that's a little disappointing in a performance car. And third?
The third dislike is more of a pet peeve. The rear view camera seems to be displayed in a small corner on the entire screen. Maybe it could have been a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, here are a few highlights from the rest of our chat. Before we get to Ilya's recommendation, here's a little about this show. We don't pay the drivers on this show for their opinions. Instead, to thank them, we make a donation to a nonprofit charity of their choice. You can thank them by clicking on the like button below. And Ilya, now for your recommendation. Would you recommend you buy, consider, or skip this car?
I'll definitely recommend buying this car. It's a phenomenal piece of machinery that's going to make you feel like a kid again. And that's what's really important.
All right, there you go, kids. Ilya says go out and buy yourself a Quadrifoglio. Other Giulia owners, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know your likes, dislikes, and recommendation in the comments below. Subscribe and see you soon.